It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we've got some history in this battle of AFL alumni. It's the Raiders and the Bolts, and it comes your way next on Madden NFL 25.
It was only opened in 2020, but quickly became one of the league's most recognizable venues. You're looking at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California. Hi there, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us. You picked a fun one to tune into. I'm Kate Scott, joined by former NFL quarterback Brock Hewitt. And we've got two quarterbacks here, Brock, who are known for playing a very exciting brand of football. Not just throwing the rock, but taking it themselves, too.
Yep, these are two of the guys who really epitomize the direction that this position's going in the modern NFL.
Yep.
Pocket passers, they'll have their place. They always will. But a lot of teams look to somebody like this as the default. A great passer, but someone who can also mix in plenty of rushing yards and keep that defense honest.
Here to begin this one is Cameron Dicker. And off we go from SoFi. Tyreek McAllister now to return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. So out head the Raiders for their first possession. They're led out by someone amidst their second act as an NFL QB. He was a second-rounder back in 2013, Geno Smith.
When Geno Smith won Comeback Player of the Year, it was really hard to find another comp. You know, the NFL, we love to always compare and contrast guys from different eras or project them moving forward. But there just were not many stories like Geno Smith, who just waited and persevered a decade in the NFL before he flourished. But what came to life finally was just the arm strength, the accuracy, the playmaking ability that was there at West Virginia, and it just took some time and maybe a little love from Pete Carroll at that time to really elevate his confidence and elevate his game.
And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down, well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. In the third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Running for the marker on second. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Hey, these are the type of games he's counted on to get when they're available. Unfortunately, we had tremendous vision to see the seam and get through it before that window could close.
New set of downs for him from the 46. First down, Smith to throw. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it second down.
Well, the pressure, boy, that sped that whole play up, didn't it? And it opened up a wide range of outcomes. A hurried throw almost ended up an interception. And that wasn't until after they almost brought him down behind the line for a sack.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. 6 yards the pickup there. That's going to bring up 3rd and 4.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
Complete beyond the marker. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
A successful opening drive, nearing field goal range now. It's first down at the 41. Blitz coming for Smith. It is caught left side. And he's going to be touched down about 3 yards shy of the marker.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
From the 34. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. But still plenty of options left on 3rd and short.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. And again, it's Smith. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
So now on 4th down, the Raiders elected to send Daniel Carlson out for the field goal. It'll be 51 yards from the left hash. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And the opening drive of the game ends in 3 points.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
Carlson all set now for the kickoff. Darius Davis to return it. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. So now we'll get a look at the other offense as the Chargers take the field. They'll be led out by someone known for putting up numbers since he entered the league back in 2020, the Oregon product, Justin Herbert.
True story. First time I saw Justin Herbert at a Pac-12 media days, I thought, that can't be Justin Herbert. That guy looks like a defensive lineman. He is massive. But then you watch him play and you realize he's one of those 6'5", 6'6" guys that's the athlete of a 6'2". The way that he moves so effortlessly, the way that rocket arm could throw the ball all over the field. Been hyper productive statistically. Kind of like that Fouts guy that wore the lightning bolt before him. On any given Sunday, this guy can put on a show.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. A play fake, now Herbert to throw. Fits it through the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the 1st.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Here's the lone back on the handoff. Escapes a defender. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
1st and 10 now from the 30. They give it to him again. Jukes out a one-stop. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 27 on the play. And that gives them 1st and goal.
Those unsung heroes, those big guys up front on the O-line, well, let's give them a little love right here, Kate. They don't always get the attention they deserve on a broadcast, but let me tell you, they played a huge role in that big old run.
They've set themselves up well for an opening drive touchdown here, Brock. It's 1st and goal. Another carry for him. And he's brought down for a loss.
They say about great outfielders in baseball, there's just something to them. They've got a knack, a feel, an instinct to take the right line, the right angle. For safeties, to create tackles for loss in the run game, it's the exact same attribute and skill set. Got to take that right angle and then go finish that runner.
They put a receiver in motion right. Quick touch pass to the receiver. And he cannot shake the tackler along the line of scrimmage. They don't go anywhere, and now it's 3rd and goal from the 3.
You know, when receivers have room to operate, that's a play that can totally gash a defense. But, Kate, when you get down here in the red zone, it becomes so much tougher because you have a whole lot less space. And, in fact, you'll see defenses swarm like that one just did.
From the pocket, looking for a target. Looking for his wide receiver there. And that forces them to 4th and goal.
There was almost no resistance offered against a rush that came off the line ready to maul anything in sight. It was all the QB could do to get rid of that before he gets absolutely clobbered.
Brown's kick is up and good. And we're all tied up now in the first half.
In that close, kicks have to be automatic. That won't stop the head coach, though, from holding his breath for a couple seconds until he sees it's up and good.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. This return makes it up to the 25. Second drive coming up for the Las Vegas offense. And they'll have a little momentum as they take the field here after their kicker drilled a deep one to end their last drive with points. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Smith. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. 1st and 10 now. Here's Smith. Complete here to Bowers. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Back-to-back carries here. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. 1 yard on the run, so just 3 yards across those last 2 carries. It's 3rd and 7.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
That's caught for the 1st. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the 1st.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. Lone back gets the handoff. And he's down into the red zone. This run gets to the 18. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
Back to the well again. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
That offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to first down. But instead, the defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on third and short.
Here we go, third and less than a yard. Smith to the air now. That's taken in by Tucker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
This offense in position now. It's first and goal. They'll try and punch it in. And they beat him to the edge. That run stopped back at the line. No gain that time, and now it'll be second and goal.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on first down. More to come.
And this one stopped at the 3-yard line. 5 yards on the play, and now they've got third and goal.
Well, you haven't given up the goal line yet, but this offense is moving closer and closer. Now might be the time defensively to get a little more aggressive, try to stick them with the loss, and make a difficult fourth down decision.
On third and goal, Smith escapes trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And they're headed in reverse after that sack.
This defense has been trying like mad to do anything to disrupt the rhythm, get the QB off his spot. It's got to be a massive relief to see their efforts paid off on that play.
So now on fourth down, the Raiders elected to send Daniel Carlson out for the field goal. A pretty automatic look for him from the left. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And that's going to break our tie and give them a 3-point advantage.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm. And no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm than start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Carlson all set now for the kickoff. Center return, Nyheim Hines. He stopped on the return at the 27. So the LA offense getting out there for their second drive. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. They're out and set, first and 10. Now a give running right. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Offense to the line for second down. Shotgun snap to Herbert. And this one won't be caught, but we got a flag here. Looked like there may have been some early contact before that throw arrived. And it's as we expected, partner. We call pass interference, so put it at the spot and give them that first down. Here's first and 10 from the 34. Running it after the penalty. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
Now, don't think for a second they're going to slow down the tempo. Defense on their heels. And right now is the best chance to go push that envelope and get aggressive.
Ball on the 45, first and 10. From the pistol, it's Herbert. Dump off to his fullback. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on first down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on second down.
Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Putting a receiver in motion. Here's 2nd and 11. Snared by his running back. It's Najee Harris. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Remain Pratt with the play defensively.
Well, this is the type of game we've come to expect from him as a runner, toting the ball, but he's just as adept at turning the screen into the same kind of yardage, too.
So now here's 3rd and 5. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. That throw finds Conklin. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. He picks up 15 on the play. And the Chargers will have a first.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
First down, ball at the 36. It's Herbert once more. Gets this one to Harris. He has room past the 25. And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident the screen would get them enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
Herbert throwing again.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was first down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. They go play action. Here's Herbert. And the coverage just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up. Herbert from the gun. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
So on 4th down, on comes Cameron Dicker and the Chargers for a field goal try. From the right hash, this is going to be a 41-yarder. Brown's kick is up and good. And we're all tied up now in the first half.
Well, that's why they spend all the time on the practice field during the week. That kind of operation. Perfect rhythm, perfect timing, and a 2 for 2 for this kicker.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Returning it from the 4. They'll bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. Out comes Las Vegas on offense. They managed 3 on their last drive, but down inside the red zone, disappointing not to come away with a touchdown. First and 10 now from the 30. From the gun, Smith. Looking slant route, complete. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Brought to the ground by Dante Jackson.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 36. He's on the move. He takes it himself. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for a QB to inspire the guys around him, calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. He's only going to manage to get back to the line. Stopped by Deion Henley. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Where one defender failed, well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Out of the gun, here's Smith. His ball's caught by Bowers. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. It's the end of the first in this AFC West showdown. Both teams neck and neck so far. We're back to SoFi right after this. Time now for the second quarter. Raiders in possession. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
The running back gets it on the draw. Strong running inside the 30. He does it. Touchdown. The Raiders take a second quarter lead. There's time to chide him about poor tackling later, Brock.
And I probably will.
And you probably will. Coach probably will give him an earful about it as well. But let's not let the missed tackle take away from excellent effort he had on that run.
Yeah, it really was his effort to force that missed tackle. Okay, I think that's the key, and open the door for that touchdown. As soon as he slipped that stop, his mind was focused on one thing and one thing only, the end zone.
Daniel Carlson on for the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Raiders break that tie and now lead by 7. Carlson all set now for the kickoff. On the return, here's Hines. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Chargers back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. They're facing a 13-6 deficit as they take over. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Trying the right side. And he breaks even, but that's it. Brought down at that line of scrimmage. Stopped by the unmistakable Max Crosby. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday, but doing the dirty work, playing the run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
2nd and 10 now. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Herbert. Forced out to his right. Oh, he's going to run for it. They gain 14 on the play. And it brings up an LA first down.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Herbert now. Escapes the pocket. He's keeping it again. Give him 13 on that play. And the Chargers will have a first.
That is so demoralizing for a defense. You lock things down in coverage. You do everything right on the back end, only to see the quarterback escape, evade the pressure, and get that first down anyway. Ugh.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Herbert back to throw. The screen pass falls incomplete.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Back to the air, Herbert. Pass is hauled in by the running back. And he's able to get this down to the 36.
Sure showed off some mobility on that play. Got outside the pocket and easily found an open man.
3rd down, 1 yard to go. They'll try and pick this up on the ground. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. That play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
All right, I'll set up now. 1st and 10. The give now out of the shotgun. And that run very short, only getting to the 27. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
Kate, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Takes off right out of the read option. And he's taken down with a short gain to the 25. Only 2 yards on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 8.
I could promise you that's not what it looked like on the practice field nor on the whiteboard. Typically, QB run is going to net you a whole lot more yardage than that. But let's give some credit. Strong effort by that defensive front who contained a play that typically goes for a whole lot more.
On 3rd down, Herbert taken in by Harris. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. Their rookie out of Oklahoma there to make that play.
Not terribly complicated on this one, just not the 3rd down screen you wanted to run. Little chance they were getting the first, and apparently little chance they were going to even gain a positive yard at all.
So on 4th down, on comes Cameron Dicker and the Chargers for a field goal try. It's on the left hash, 46 yards out. Brown's kick is up and good. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
Give him the first half trifecta. He's 3 for 3 on field goals. And as much as they'd like 6 points to end drives, not 3, they can at least be happy they're getting consistent looks inside field goal range, and he's delivering.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. McAllister now to return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Raiders returning their offense and this running back to the field. And I'd say the ROI on his early touches have made him a pretty good investment for first half work. He's gotten off to a great start here. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Smith back to throw. And defenders are there to get him at the line. Sent to the ground by Khalil Mack.
Defense all over that throw. You could just smell it. They just smelled that football coming their way, and that's as good as an incompletion. And they're going to be in a good spot. 2nd down coming up.
2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Shotgun snap to Smith. Complete here to Bowers. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
New set of downs for him from the 46. 1st and 10 now. Here's Smith. Got a man. Bowers has it. And he reaches midfield and starts driving into Chargers territory.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
2nd and 3 now. From the 47. He gets this one to Myers. No one around. He's got space. How about a big hitter? 34 yards there and a new set of downs.
Speed kills, baby. You better make that tackle right away on these receivers or you're going to get some serious yak. Those yards after catch just like that. Taking a short gain and turning it into an explosive play.
What a spot for a big play, huh, Brock? It has him well into the red zone now with 1st and 10. Running it now out of the gun. And he will haul it in for the Vegas touchdown. The Raiders now lead by 10. He broke the tackle he needed to, Brock. And how about that effort then to keep it going and eventually reach that end zone?
Yeah, that's awesome on the offensive side. Defensively, not every missed tackle is the same. It may be on a stat sheet, but sometimes that help to finish a play isn't arriving quick enough, and you're the only one. The last line of defense, and in that moment, you got to scratch, you got to claw, you got to tear to make the stop, because a broken tackle, well, can mean a touchdown.
Carlson now to add one more. The point after splits the uprights. And the Raiders drive their lead to 11. Carlson all set now for the kickoff. On the return, here's Hines. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Now LA getting its offense all set to go. And down double digits, Brock. Field goals like we saw on their last drive aren't going to move the needle as much as they need to. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Herbert. Into the hands of Conklin. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
On the carry, this is Najee Harris. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
What was supposed to move the chains or at least make 3rd down easier to handle instead? Well, did the exact opposite here, Kate. It now makes this 3rd down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9. Back to throw. Here's Herbert. And even on third down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be fourth down.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Fourth down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. The Raiders and this running back headed back out for a new series. And that last drive, no answer for what they were doing through the air, so expect some tighter coverage this time around. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They send a man in motion. Drive starts with a quick throw left, complete. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. Cam Hart's up for the tackle that time. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. They go play action. Here's Smith. Headed out right. He's going to keep it this time. And this one does not go far.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. A play fake. Now Smith to throw. Bails out of the pocket. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
These quarterbacks are so good with their clock in their head between the tackles. But you get outside the pocket, and you've got to have that same ability. If you hesitate for a second, the defenses with their speed at this level, they'll find a way to bring you to the ground.
Now the Raiders readying for the punt, and they'll turn to former All-Pro A.J. Cole for the kick. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. Begins his return at the 16. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. Got every single bit of that one, didn't he? Over 70 yards on the punt. And the Chargers take possession. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Devin White hauls him down.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
2nd and 6 coming up here. They give it to him again. And he's brought down after a short gain. He musters up 3 yards on the run. That sets up 3rd and 4.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Herbert now to throw on 3rd. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And 4th and 4 coming up. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour. And there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
And something on the return, but not much, as it still ends inside the 20. The kicking team got downfield quickly there. He didn't manage much on the return. And the Raiders' drive is going to start deep on their own side of the field. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Here's Smith. Has him on the quick hitter. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that gain. Alohi Gilman up from the secondary for that tackle.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Smith to the air now. And he won't get it there. Defender finds a throw and breaks it up. That one vehemently swatted away. So that brings them to 3rd down.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
Throwing on 3rd, Smith. Setting up the screen. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
The Raiders bringing out the punting unit. Darius Davis returning for the Chargers. Absolutely crushed his first punt, and here's another huge one. That hits at the 9, but nobody around to grab it. It carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Possession switching back to the LA offense as they head out. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. From the pistol, it's Herbert. Short pass brought in. And he'll get it up to the 27.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight ends short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
2nd and 3 now. From the 27. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete. Trying to find his tight end. And now they'll face a 3rd and 3.
Hey, Mr. Quarterback down there, that's a throw that's got to go somewhere else. Double coverage was waiting for it. QB super fortunate that ball wasn't picked. An incompletion, still pretty good for the defense, too.
From the gun on 3rd, it's Herbert. That's caught for the 1st. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. A 5-yard gain on the play. And it brings up an LA 1st down.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. Well, a tight end that moves the chains on 3rd down, that's a QB's best friend.
Here's the lone back on the handoff. And that's good for a gain of 5. Elandon Roberts coming over for the hit. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you're going to be a Pro Bowler.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Another carry for him. Blast through midfield. And he's brought down at the 44. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the 1st down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Herbert gets it to him on the screen. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. Pickup of 12 on that play. And the Chargers will have a 1st.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, Instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. We're at the 2-minute warning now from SoFi. The Chargers facing a deficit near the break. All right, here we go. Second down. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. Conklin brings it in. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks. Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Herbert to throw once more. Oh, not like this. An interception ends that drive. Jacorian Bennett has it. And the Raiders take over after forcing the first turnover of this ballgame. 3rd down from this distance, Brock. That is a spot you expect your offense to convert, but you also expect your defense to make the stop. This time, the defense won out with a nice interception.
Yeah, in that scenario, it's really like an outfielder in baseball, Kate, right? If you're going to go for it, as a defender, if you're going to just pull the trigger and you're going to go for it, you better make it happen, and you better get that pick. Otherwise, you're giving up a first down conversion. He gets the pick, and those defensive coaches and that defense celebrating on the sidelines.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Smith. This ball's cut by Bowers. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. And he's got a free play here. Complete out to the right side. And he's tackled with markers down. This one should be on the defense. Easy call for the officials there. He was offsides at the snap, and that's going to cost him. A bit jumpy across the way there, and that halves the distance ahead of him on 1st down. Shotgun snap to Smith. Complete here to Bowers. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. And now the Raiders call for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. First and 10 from the 41. From the gun, Smith. Chased out to his right. He can run it. And he protects himself with a slide there after a decent gain.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide to practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play. And denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
Second and 4. Flushed down out to his left. Took off with it again. A timeout taken by Vegas. That's its 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. Thinking touchdown here after that big play. We've got 1st and 10 from the red zone. Working inside the red zone. This throw is caught. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6. And there's the timeout from the offense. Just 4 seconds left to go. And that play, that should help them get some points here going into the half. Daniel Carlson out to try this Raiders field goal. This from just 23 yards away. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And that extends their lead to 14.
So many of these players on the field, Kate, they just strive for consistency, but not the kickers. They strive for perfection, and so far, he's just that.
Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. Return starts from the goal line. He's hauled down on what is the final play of our first half. That brings us to halftime. It's a 14-point game after 2 quarters of play. Now we'll go coast to coast. Jonathan Coachman standing by in our Orlando studios for the EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Back to you and Brock in a bit. But first, time for our EA Sports Halftime Report. The highlights are fairly one-sided to this point. It's a 2-touchdown difference here at the break. But I wouldn't call this one over just yet. I think there could still be some fireworks yet to come.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our third quarter. Carlson all set now for the kickoff. On the return, here's Hines. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. This offense running out for a new series, led by their running back. That passing game they went to in the first half, it's going to need to be firing to start this second half, too, as they chase this lead. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Lone back gets the handoff. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Shotgun snap to Herbert. Johnston brings it in. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 22 on that one. And it brings up an LA first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Football on that 47-yard line, first down. On the play fake, it's Herbert. Cut out left. And this is through the midfield stripe and onto the Raiders' side of the field.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Herbert from the gun. He finds McConkey. We'll have him gain about a handful there. Jeremy Chin there on the stop.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Here's the give on 3rd and short. And they bring him down around the 34. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
You love a huddle? Kate, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Back to the well again. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Eric Stokes getting there for the stop. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
This is a guy who, man, when he is in a groove, when he is feeling it, you're just not going to bring him down with an arm tackle. You better buckle up. You need a textbook tackle on this guy. Wrap, grab some cloth, and drive him to the ground with all you got.
From the 28. And no look there. That throw falls to the ground.
The offense not shy about sending him downfield to try and stretch that secondary. Even still, one of the deeper targets you'll see him get. It's a shame they couldn't find a connection.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Here's Herbert. He has the first over the middle. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. Big gain, 14 on the play. And the Chargers will have a first.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. Tight end going in motion here. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And they're going to bring him down after he drives it down to the 7. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
2nd and 3 now. Back to throw. Here's Herbert. And he will score. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers cut into the lead coming out of halftime. Well, Brock, you know this better than most. Sometimes these dudes can be a quarterback's best friend, finding the tight end in the end zone for 6.
And it really has been that way for decades when you think about it, Kate. From John Mackey to Tony Gonzalez to Travis Kelce. The position can be such a mismatch when you're throwing for the end zone.
Now it's Cameron Dicker on for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Chargers chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. McAllister now to return. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. This offense headed out as we get a look at their running back. And I think we can agree the plan to keep him out of the end zone, it hasn't quite worked so well for this defense, at least not yet. He scored twice, really being the one his group can turn to for a spark or a big play when they've needed it. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Smith setting the throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Even from the booth, Kate, I could hear it. I could hear that front 7 telling the guys on the back end, hey, all I need is a couple seconds of lockdown from you guys, and I'm going to get to this QB. You promise, you deliver, and that's exactly what they did. Wasted no time in getting that sack.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he found some running room for a nice gain. So even after 7 yards, still playing from behind, 3rd and 11.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
Throwing on 3rd, Smith. That's incomplete, trying to set up the screen there.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and 3rd downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hands, the coach wants to see them convert those.
Las Vegas sends out the punt team. It'll be A.J. Cole doing the honors. He's been hitting it well so far. This is another big one. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. From the gun, they're going to hand it off. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Kate, don't think for a second this is time you step off the gas. You can feel this defense, right? They're on their heels. And now's the best chance to go push the envelope and get aggressive.
They've got 1st down from the 31. Play action now for Herbert. Flushed out of the pocket. He's keeping it. He's got to gain a 6 there. Stopped by the unmistakable Max Crosby.
Well, this is in every quarterback's tool belt, even the ones not regarded as the best movers and shakers. But, Kate, to play QB in the league today, you've got to be able to do this. If you've got nobody open, still get some positive yards with your legs.
From the 37. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Option give here. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Herbert now off the play fake. He's got a man left. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
1st and 10, Herbert. That throw finds Conklin. And he's able to get this down to the 36.
That can be a hopeless feeling when you fire a curl route right into zone coverage perfectly like that. Unless that curl happens to be right next to where one of your guys is sitting, that pass can hum in there and there's nothing this defense can do.
Running for the marker on 2nd. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Third and a lone yard coming up. Back-to-back carries here. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
That's a BYOB. You got to be your own blocker. It would have taken the entire defense piling on to stop him from getting that 1st down. Well done.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. A quick slant, here's McConkey. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason. This is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the 17. Short pass brought in. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. They send the tight end in motion. Here's Herbert, 1st and 10. This one's caught. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line.
Small pass, big result. This dude is just a juggernaut with the football, and once he gets rolling, it gets tougher and tougher and tougher to stop him from playing add-on with those yards.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Now Herbert again. And he finds him in the end zone for an LA touchdown. The Chargers can tie it up after hitting pay dirt in the 3rd. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score game in the 4th quarter that could go either way.
Dicker on now for the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Chargers bring it back to even. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. McAllister now to return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Raiders back on offense, led out by Geno Smith. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Smith. Complete here to Bowers. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. That's Denzel Perryman in on a stop.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, here's Smith. Complete, it's Myers. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They strike for 23 yards. And that's good for a Raiders first.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. From the gun, Smith. This is hauled in by Myers. And he gets it down to the 35 before stepping out. After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And they take him down right along the 30. Pickup of 5 on that play. And that's a Vegas first down.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a third down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next third down coming.
First down, and they go right back to him. And he gets him around 6 there. Sent to the ground by Khalil Mack. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have second and 4.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby. But you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you can win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
Cut at the 10-yard line. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
Four downs now to get in. Here's first and goal. From the red zone now. And through the back of the end zone and out of bounds.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back into rhythm.
So the incompletion on first. Here's second and goal. Looking to throw, Smith. Rolling left, buying some time. And they take this in for the score. The Raiders take a third-quarter lead. Geno Smith with a touchdown. Wow, great work there by the quarterback. The play broke down, didn't really have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise, and in the end brought the best call he could have made.
Yeah, and you can do it in different ways in today's NFL, right? The Tom Brady's just recently retired. He did it with his brain. He did it with his mind, but you've got to be able to improvise, as you said. You got to be able to create when a play breaks down, and when you can put 6 on the board, man, does that infuse your offensive group with confidence.
Carlson's extra point is good. And the Raiders break that tie and now lead by 7. Carlson all set now for the kickoff. On the return, here's Hines. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. The Chargers are being led back out on offense by Justin Herbert here. And this is some quality film review right here. Look at this. Couple of touchdowns. Good amount of yards, too. He's been moving them down the field like only he can. Putting together quite the game for himself in the process. They've got first down from the 31. Herbert now, blitz coming. Finds McConkey. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And it brings up an LA first down.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
On first down, they'll run. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3.
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
Second down now, 7 to go. They've got a man in motion. From the 44 here on second down. Throwing the out route complete. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. Jermaine Pratt with the play defensively.
There's no route on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Shotgun snap to Herbert. He has the first over the middle. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. A 5-yard gain on the play. And the Chargers will have a first.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Give now to the running back. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. So we hit the end of the 3rd quarter. The Chargers have the ball, and they're going to need to score. They come in trailing. Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Herbert from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
So not an enviable spot here as they come up on 3rd and very long. Now Herbert to throw. Finds a seam down the middle. And they make the stop, we're going to say, at about the 37-yard line. It's a 23-yard pickup on the play. And it brings up an LA first down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Fits it through the middle. And they haul him down just a foot or 2 shy of the red zone. That's 16 on the pickup. And the Chargers will have a first.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Bails out of the pocket quick. This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Final quarter, this quarterback's just feeling the need to do a little extra, try to make something happen outside the pocket. But the problem, defense wouldn't let them. They have that same kind of urgency. They want to make some plays of their own before they hit the showers, and they got one right there with that sack.
After the sack, another pass on 2nd down. Gets this one to Harris. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the first. And it's a nickel look by the Raiders. 3rd down coming up. Herbert with a blitz coming. Complete beyond the marker. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal.
Such a terrific job by the receiver. You can't give that route away. You got to run a curl. And the best curl and go, hook and go, out and up guys, Kate, they run that initial route full speed. He did. Got the defense to bite, and the play went right over his head.
Here's Herbert. And he makes the catch. Did he get both feet in? No. Oh, so close to 6. Incomplete.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one, Kate. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back on track.
So after the incomplete pass, here's 2nd and goal. Herbert throwing again. Buys time, rolling right. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. Good pressure from the defense there has them trending in the wrong direction.
Bend. Bend. Even good defenses, great defenses in this league, Kate, they're going to bend at times, but you never want to break. And when you get a sack in the red zone, well, that goes a long ways to helping your efforts.
Buckle up. It's 3rd and goal. Working from the gun here. It's Herbert. He's on the move. And he carries it in for the touchdown. The Chargers now trail by just a point in the 4th. Justin Herbert with the touchdown. His 3rd total score in this game. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
That one right down the middle. And the Chargers tie this game up. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. McAllister now to return. Some good work on that return. Brock gets this up to the 33. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Now Smith. This ball's cut by Bowers. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the 41. He gets this to Michael Mayer. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. They get 13 on the pickup. And that's good for a Raiders 1st.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
They'll run here on 1st down. And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Smith setting the throw. We've got a screen to the running back. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
Got to be a pretty good actor. Got to be pretty good at selling to that defense. That's a drop-back pass. When you get a big play on a screen like that, boy, it's choreography by everybody on that offense.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Trying the right side. Down to the 10. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
You know, it is so refreshing for these running backs when they have space to run. It's hard. There's so many collisions between the tackles. When they get on the edge and have green grass, well, the best of them take advantage of it.
Could take the lead with a field goal, Brock, but thinking touchdown here as they get set up 1st and goal. They give it to him again. And they take him down, but there's a flag on the play. Pretty easy call to make. He lined up offsides, and now he gets a talking to from his coach. They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. They'll run here following the penalty. Runs it in for the Las Vegas touchdown. The Raiders take a 4th quarter lead. Well, Brock, you know this better than most. In baseball, it's 3 strikes and you're out. I know you experienced that a lot, but on the gridiron, you're feeling pretty happy, right? If you can strike the end zone 3 times in one game.
Yeah, I'd rather go hockey and soccer. That's just the positive guy in me. They call that a hat trick. It's worth celebrating.
Look at you.
And yeah, they should celebrate this effort.
Carlson to tack on the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Raiders break that tie and now lead by 7. Carlson all set now for the kickoff. On the return, here comes Davis. He stopped on the return at the 27. Out comes the offense now for the Chargers. Still time to go, Brock, but that touchdown has them down now 7. They've got to find the end zone here. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Back to throw. Here's Herbert. Conklin brings it in. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. They picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Short side option here. He's running left. And he's tackled for a short gain. 2 yards on the pickup, and that leaves him with 3rd down and 3.
It may not show up as much on the old stat sheet, just a short little QB run, but what that does, Kate, is so important. Keeps that defense honest, and in particular, those defensive linemen, those cleats in the ground, they're not just coming after you in the pocket. Now they've got to think about you as a runner as well.
Completed over the middle. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. They go play action. Here's Herbert. Nearly intercepted. Ooh, he almost had it. Couldn't bring it in. Incomplete. That brings up 3rd down.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, That is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Herbert back to throw. Taken in by Harris. Rolling into enemy territory. 16 yards on the play. And it brings up an LA first down.
This dude's just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that first down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Hand off to the back. And he's able to get this down to the 36. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
From the pistol, it's Herbert. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Well, even a drop would have been better than that, frankly. Couldn't find a way back to the line of scrimmage, and it's a rare pass that actually loses yardage.
The Raiders go a nickel on this 3rd down. Man in motion here. On 3rd down, Herbert makes the grab in bounds left side. And he takes this in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers now trailed by just a point in the 4th. Ladd McConkey with a touchdown. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
So a chance to tie it up again here in the 4th. The kick is good, so this game now hinging on every possession as we're tied up in the 4th. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. This return starts at the 5. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. The visitors headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. They're out and set, 1st and 10. From the gun, Smith connecting on the slant. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
They're set up at the 35 now. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And his charge towards the line, that's right around 3 yards. Second down now, 7 to go. Shotgun snap to Smith. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
And those are the completions they rely on. from their passing game.
New set of downs for him from the 46. Blown back, gets the handoff. And he's brought down by a collective effort there. Only 1 yard on the carry. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Another carry for him. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A couple yards on the run. It's 3rd and 6 now.
When you don't have great success on first down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune 3rd down situation.
He has the first over the middle. And he stopped at the 31-yard line. They pick up 20 yards there. And that's a Vegas 1st down.
Well, that's a game that has its roots in preparation during the week. That's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday kind of stuff. Identifying ways to target the coverage and creating opportunities for big completions.
They've got 1st down from the 31. Here's the handoff. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
The humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Out of the gun, here's Smith. He's got Bowers working the sideline. And he's out of bounds, a little short of the 10. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
This throw is caught. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
These intermediate gains, that's the wheelhouse for these two to connect on. Start the series off well. It sure keeps the defense on its toes in case they try to load up and just simply cover the receivers.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Plowing up the middle. And he won't challenge for the goal line. The stop made at the 4. Only a yard on the pickup, so that's going to bring them to 3rd down and 3. He'll throw it. Escapes the pocket. And the ground game works for the touchdown. The Raiders take a 4th quarter lead. Geno Smith with a touchdown. Just a great effort there from him, Brock, to take it upon himself, embrace the initiative, and turn that drive into 6.
You know, Kate, there was a day when you were watching Steve Young or Randall Cunningham, and that felt like a bonus touchdown. But that's not today. It feels like every quarterback's got to be able to score, be a dual threat on the ground. It's part of an offense every single team relies upon.
Carlson now to add one more. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Raiders break that tie and now lead by 7. Carlson all set now for the kickoff. On the return, here's Hines. This return makes it up to the 25. The Chargers and wide receiver Ladd McConkey set for another drive. And he's been reading the coverage, dare I say, Brock, even better than his quarterback has all game. I mean, he just continues to find openings and make plays in this second half. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Motioning the tight end left. Here's Herbert, 1st and 10. Caught by his back. And this one doesn't go far.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason, where one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
Motion man is the tight end here, going left. It's the 2-minute warning here in L.A. Chargers losing by 7. 2nd down now, 7 to go. From the 27. Caught, nice gain left side. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That's going to pick up the 1st down after a gain of 26.
Speaks to this guy's talent as just an all-around difference maker, playmaker. We see him line up as a receiver, and we don't even bat an eye, Kate. And we don't really bat an eye when he makes that kind of play either. This guy's just different, built for the moment.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Back to throw. He finds McConkey. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. Timeout called by the Chargers. They're first. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting that first. He'll look to throw it. Gets this one to Harris.
We've heard it said, and I believe it to my core. Football is the ultimate team sport. And a well-run screen like that is the ultimate team play because it takes all 11 doing their job.
In a good spot here, 2nd and inches. Here he is to throw. He goes back to him yet again. Complete. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. Give him 13 on that play. And the Chargers will have a 1st.
You'll often hear it said, in my life experience, it's true, the NFL is a game of matchups, so much more than any level. And these tight ends, we see it time and again, are such a matchup nightmare down the field.
The throw is caught. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. Timeout taken by the offense, their 2nd. Still one more in their pocket to use. Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. Setting up to pass. Catch is made in close. And he gets him the touchdown. And now a potential game-deciding play call coming up. So they get the all-important touchdown here late in the game, Brock. Now the question, play for the tie or go for 2 and the lead?
And I know they've got all these charts and numbers and analytics to tell you what to do, but this comes down to the gut and the trust of the head coach. Does he trust his offense more to go get this 2-point conversion, or is he going to lean in his defense and believe that they can get the stop?
That one splits the uprights. And the Chargers bring it back to even. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Starting from the 5. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. The visitors are ready for another drive on offense as Jacoby Myers heads out. And we'll see how aggressive they get to try and end this game in regulation, or if overtime is on the horizon. First and 10 now from the 30. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Flushed out of the pocket. And he slides down with enough to pick up that first. And now the Raiders call for the first of their timeouts. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Two timeouts remaining and some time left to use them. It's first and 10. Here's Smith. He's got it to him yet again. That is caught. And a solid gain gets them across the 45 before he goes out. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
You know these teams, they track every step of their players. Many of them wear GPS units in their uniform to track how much mileage. I don't care what the stat sheet said of how long that gain was. That dude ran a long way, all the way across the field, but it paid dividends.
He takes it himself. A timeout taken by Vegas. That's its second. Still one more in their pocket to use. After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Third down, 1 yard to go. So a timeout's taken, just 5 seconds left. And after the pause, we're going to see our last play of the game. So here's Daniel Carlson with the game in the balance. From the right hash, this is going to be a 51-yarder. So a timeout's taken, just 5 seconds left. And after the pause, we're going to see our last play of the game. The entire game now resting on the right foot of this kicker. From the right hash, this is going to be a 51-yarder. It has enough leg, and it's good from deep. And that, folks, is your game winner.
That field goal gives them the lead for the moment, Kate, but you don't feel comfortable when you look up at that scoreboard. This one isn't over, and that lead certainly isn't safe.
Carlson all set now for the kickoff. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Drive starts out with a first and 10. One final shot here. Try and push it deep downfield. And this one falls incomplete. No miracles on the final drive today. This game is over. So put this in the win column for the Raiders. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with the victory. So for Brock Eward, our incredible crew, everybody here at EA Sports, I'm Kate Scott signing off. We'll see you next time. The Raiders winners as we say goodbye from Los Angeles.